Hi, welcome to Expedient's weekly AI use case webinar, Winning RFP Responses, How AI Can Help with Proposals. I'm Ryan Deal and I'm with Expedient. We are a cloud, data center, and AI company. Today we are going to show you how to use AI to rapidly analyze RFPs and extract the strategic intelligence that determines whether a deal is worth pursuing. Here's the challenge even experienced teams face. RFPs are dense documents, packed with both critical intelligence and bureaucratic noise. You need to quickly identify what really matters, the deal breakers, the competitive advantages, and the buyer's actual priorities, so you can make an informed go, no-go decision fast. Smart teams know that the real strategy happens before you start writing. It's about rapidly extracting the golden insights buried in procurement language and understanding what the buyer truly values, not just what they're asking for. The best RFP responders I know can scan a document and immediately spot the filtering requirements, the weighted priorities, and the subtle signals about buyer psychology. But this kind of rapid analysis usually comes from years of experience or from the help of multiple team members. Today, Jeff's going to show you how to systematize this intelligence gathering using AI to search your knowledge base to find information and tailor your answers. The goal is to give you that expert level insight quickly so you can focus your time on the opportunities where you actually have a competitive advantage. Jeff's going to demonstrate this with a real procurement document and show you exactly what to look for. Jeff, take it away.
Thanks, Ryan. My name is Jeff Tyree, and I am a AI data platform engineer here at Expedient. And thank you for taking time out of your busy day to be here with us. It's greatly appreciated. So for today's webinar, I want to show you a practical approach to RFP analysis. It's going to save you a lot of time and effort. And I am especially excited to conduct this demo today using the newest version of AI Control, which is our enterprise hardened platform built now on Open Web UI with extensive security enhancements and compliance features that we've carefully curated for enterprise deployment. We've also integrated our enterprise RAG system as an external tool so that it seamlessly connects your data sources like SharePoint directly into our secure vector storage. Now, RFPs use a standardized format to ensure transparency, consistency, and fair competition among vendors. But here's the thing, responding with a standardized cookie cutter approach is exactly how you get lost in the crowd. And here's the challenge. When you see an RFP with dozens, if not hundreds of questions, your natural instinct may be just to start answering them systematically. But there's a much more strategic approach that will save you significant time and effort. What makes this even more challenging is that RFPs don't always put their key filtering questions, those go, no-go requirements, all in one convenient place. Sometimes they're listed high and up early in the document, sometimes they're buried in the middle, and sometimes they're tucked almost away as a footnote. This scattered approach is often a major barrier for submitting RFPs because it takes a lot of time to go through the RFP, to read it, and just make sure that you qualify for submitting it. So what I'm going to show you today is how AI can completely transform this process into one where you save valuable time and increase your RFP throughput, all while elevating the quality of your proposals. So we're back now in AI Control, and I wanted to point out some of the new features. So one of the critical new features is this notion of a workspace. And here in the workspace, you can set up various agents. So I wanted to show you, for today, I created a demo RFP agent. This agent is going to do a lot. It has a lot of agent instructions here in the system prompt. These instructions include looking for semantic meaning around asking for help, analyzing an RFP, and then it also has a pre-configured framework for how to take a look at an RFP and how to evaluate a go, no go situation. Also, it has a lot of instructions for taking a look at what we call like these golden questions. With any RFP, there's always these questions that are more the boilerplate questions, but there are also questions which truly are meaningful. And for those, kind of calling them the golden questions. And the agent is set up to look for those and to identify them, so that when it comes time later for answering the questions in the RFP, it's almost like you can get extra help and focus, because it's going to point out, hey, these are the questions that are most important, and allow you to focus far more of your energy and your effort into answering those questions which are meaningful for a client. Another critical feature with setting up an agent is giving it knowledge. That's giving it context. And here for this demo, I configured some sample demo data, and for this, it is a fictitious company. And for this company, I have lots of information about its profile, who its management team is, its core services, legal and compliance. And let me show you a few of what those files look like. So all of these were uploaded into the knowledge base of the agent. And you can see here that this is a executive summary on the company. And in another file is the compliance. This would be all of the regulatory, legal, compliance documents associated with the company. And really what you're trying to do here is give the AI, give the agent all the context and knowledge about you, about your company. And here's another one that's really critical. This would be case studies and success stories about past customers and services. This would be very useful in an RFP proposal. And then finally, this is perhaps the most important of all. This is a question and answer index. And what it is it's meant to represent for a company all of the past questions that they've seen in previous RFPs and their answers. So you can see how with something like this, it takes a lot of work to assemble this information, to collect it in one place. So there's no free lunch here. It takes work and effort to give the AI knowledge, but once that's done, it can be used over and over again. And I'll show you how in just a second how that works. So I mentioned earlier how one key role the AI can play is helping you very quickly understand if it's a good deal for you. So in this situation, I uploaded a actual RFP. We can take a look at it here. It's from the University of Pittsburgh. It's a very lengthy RFP. And then I simply asked the agent, help me understand if we should go after this. And the response is drawn from both the knowledge base and the agent's instructions. So it's taking a look at it, and in this case, it's saying no. It's in fact a very hard no. And it says also why. So this is a great example of how you can take advantage of your agent RFP knowledge base to increase the throughput of RFP proposals, because in the past, before this technology, it just takes a lot of time to open that up, to read it, and really sort through and find all of those hidden filters, those go, no go requirements, which so often are discovered only after lengthy time reading the document. So let's take a look at an example that would be a good fit. So here is another conversation, and just to speed things up as much as I can, I had all of these conversations conducted right before recording this demo, just in an effort to save time. So again, I uploaded the RFP and I just said, help me understand if we're a good fit. And you can see too that this is a real RFP. It's from, in this case, the University of Texas. And the response below is quite interesting. It says, yeah, you are a good fit, and it points out why. And then what you can do from here is you can continue and have a conversation the with the AI agent. The next thing that I said is I need a RFP analysis. And again, the analysis instructions are already pre-configured and given to the agent. So just asking for the RFP analysis is going to tell that agent to execute what you want based upon um, the pre-configured plan. And in this case, it's going to come back with an executive summary. It tells you in part 2 what the go, no-go filter criteria are, and it lists the specifics here. And it mentions, so these are the hard filters. It also mentions kind of like, what are soft filters, where it doesn't explicitly say, you must meet this requirement to consider. So it's saying yes, proceed. And this is the part that I really like a lot. We're gonna touch on this. The agent also has instructions to develop a buyer persona and strategic insight. So what it's doing is it is scanning through the entire RFP, and I'll show it again here. It's scanning through the entire RFP, and it's asked to dismiss, basically boilerplate requirements and really try to key in on what's most important to them. And a lot of times you'll see that based upon what the requirements are, what the nature of and amount of the questions are. There's a lot that can be distilled from this. So this is what that section does in section 3. And the neat thing is that with sort of like a buyer persona, you can use this knowledge that's right here to craft better answers, because once you've identified what's most important to them in the RFP, it gives you winning strategies for crafting and shaping your answers so that you're spending your time answering what's most important and making sure that you're in alignment with what they think is most important. And here we've identified what these golden questions are. So it looked through the entire RFP and it pulled out what it thinks are the most important dimensions, requirements, and questions. And this is really where, if you are applying for this opportunity, this is really where you should spend your time. And then finally, the agent was instructed when looking through the RFP to extract out all of the questions and the requirements. So in this case, there's a total of 42. And it mentioned hub. So I said, remind me what hub is again, and it answered it, So hub is historically underutilized businesses. And that's a key dimension that was cited quite a bit in this specific RFP. And then moving on, the next thing I did is I said, for questions of compliance, please list all of our compliance and certifications on file. And this is where the agent is retrieving out of that knowledge base that I had set up all of the company's information on their compliance and certifications. So you can see how just in one place, it's very easy to assemble the RFP and proposal information that is important. And right here, I said, I'm asking a specific question. I said, do we meet this requirement? And its previous work with university or UT institutions in the past 5 years. And again, recall that in the knowledge base, I uploaded the company's past projects. So it is looking through those past projects, and it came up with the correct answer, which is no, the company didn't directly work with them, and then it cited all of the other universities in Texas that it had, and this wasn't a hard no-go requirement. It was just a question, so the applicants can still proceed with this opportunity. And then I next asked, I said, retrieve our insurance and bonding information. And once again, it pulled out of the knowledge base this information. And for this next part here, this is what I really liked. It was very clear when reading the RFP that past experience was vital for success. And one of the requirements was about references. So I said, generate an email template and help me select 3 past clients that best fit this proposal. In the email template, craft language for our past client to recall positive experiences that are in alignment with his current opportunity's values. And so what I'm saying here is, hey, dip into our knowledge base. Remind me again of what you think our 3 best clients are that match this opportunity, and help me generate 2 some reference some reference points that they should be speaking about. And that's what it did. And here are the results that it returned. And this is the email template. And this email template, it needs admittedly, it needs some work. It begins with, I hope this email finds you well. I don't think that we would ever do this. This demonstrates how you, the human, need to take these responses and make them your own and make them better. But it does much more easily give you a lot of really deep insights, because this part right here I thought was really unique. It provides sort of like these notes for each of the references on, suggested points that they could emphasize. And this is extremely valuable in this case because it was so clear that in this RFP proposal, past work and references was really a critical metric, if not the most critical metric that they were going to look at when choosing a vendor to go with. Okay, so that's it. To wrap things up, I just want to say that by leveraging AI control, you can drastically streamline the RFP process, focusing your efforts on what matters most to buyers and increasing your win rate. I just want to thank you again for joining us today, and we look forward to helping you transform your RFP strategy with Expedient's AI-powered solutions. Thanks a lot.